An essay on business project management. The goal of this essay is to talk about project management and how crucial it is in the corporate sector. After that, it will discuss project life management and the benefits project management has for businesses. Planning throughout the project lifecycle and how it necessitates study and critical thought are additional topics to be covered. The paper will discuss project organizations, the value of sponsorship and leadership, as well as the formation of project teams, and how to do it in an effective and fruitful manner. Work breakdown structures are also interesting because they will be covered in this study. Finally, I'll discuss the benefits of using project management software for large projects. Project management. What it is and why it's important. Project management, according to Ohlendorf, 2001, is a systematic strategy for accomplishing agreed-upon goals within a predetermined time period with predetermined resources. To fulfill project criteria, project managers will apply their skills, expertise, and diverse tools and approaches to various tasks. Time, cost, and performance are the three limitations that project management is concerned with. For a variety of reasons, including the shortening of the product life cycle, the explosion of knowledge, the triple bottom line, corporate downsizing, increased customer focus, the notion that small projects sometimes indicate larger issues, and others, project management is crucial in business. Because one of project management's goals is to reduce or compress the product life cycle, it is crucial. One of the projects I worked on was setting up a wind turbine on a field. In this way, a project that has been repeated and carried out for more than 20 years. But now that project management ideas are more widely understood, our attention has been on speeding up the execution of this kind of project. Project management has contributed to its success. It's noteworthy that the term knowledge explosion describes how the expansion of information has increased project complexity because projects frequently incorporate the most recent developments if their budgets allow for it. Consider how much easier it would have been to construct a hotel 80 or 90 years ago given the lack of rules at the time. Today, designing and building a hotel is a complicated process because builders and project managers must take into account numerous building rules as well as seismic codes. Because of this, project management has become much more crucial. The triple bottom line, which is comprised of the environment, people, and profit, is another justification. Larson and Gray, 2011, contend that businesses can no longer solely focus on maximizing profits at the expense of society and the environment. The preservation of life on Earth and the protection of the Earth itself must be one of business's top priorities, which means it must be more socially and environmentally responsible in terms of sustainability and durability. The growing emphasis on the needs of the customer makes project management crucial. This indicates that businesses have a tendency to focus on their clients and their well-being, especially on enhancing the well-being for the purpose of achieving competitive advantage, as the competition has grown and gotten more intense as more businesses from the same industry have entered the market. Benefits of project lifecycle management. According to Larson and Gray, 2011, the project lifecycle, which is divided into 4 stages: defining stage, planning stage, executing stage, and closing stage, is another technique to demonstrate the original character of project activity. The specifications and objectives are created during the project's initial phase. In this phase, teams are also formed and members get their respective tasks. The planning stage, which is the second stage of the project lifecycle, is when plans are made to determine what the project will include, the project's timetable, the people it will benefit, the money, and the required degree of quality. The work necessary to finish the project is done during the executing stage. Work both physically and mentally is required during this time. Although they have solid abilities, individuals with less intellectual preparation perform the majority of the physical work, whereas knowledge base workers like directors or managers perform the majority of the mental work. Managers use methods of control and evaluation, such as time measures, cost measures, and specification measures, to make sure everything goes as planned. According to Larson and Gray, 2011, the closing stage, which is the final step of the project lifecycle, entails 3 activities: delivering the project's product or service to consumers, redeploying part or all of the project's resources, and conducting post-project reviews. We comprehend the transfer of papers or customer training through distribution methods. By redeploying resources, we can better understand how the project's resources might be used to complete other initiatives. Post-project reviews help us comprehend performance evaluations and the lessons learned in bringing a project to a successful conclusion. On a previous assignment, we had to construct a house for someone at one of my former places of employment. For this project, we had to assemble a team of workers. I was responsible for overseeing the project. I recall that the project lifecycle was employed to bring this project to a successful conclusion. We evaluated the project's specifications at the defining stage of the project lifecycle, including the materials we would need, the time it would take to finish each step, the paperwork we would need to get from the authorities, and other pertinent requirements. The project's goals have also been determined, work teams have been formed, and everyone has been given tasks. I recall that the work teams were established in a clever manner, since individuals with qualities in the same field would be in the same team. For instance, individuals skilled in infrastructure would be in the same team. While the majority of the work to build the house was done during the execution stage, the planning stage was when we discussed the project's specifics and the intended level of excellence. We contrasted the outcomes of our actions with the initial standards established and the control procedures that were used. We made an effort to maintain a high level of quality in this way. In the final phase, we assess how the project was started and finished, and we keep the results for use in the future should further projects of a similar nature be required. During the closing process, we also gave the customer the house and specific usage instructions. Administration and sponsorship in venture organizations. Concurring to Stanford College, 2007, a few of the parts of supports in ventures are responsibility, key fit, assets, extend financing, lead political alter, and claim the ultimate item. A few of the particular obligations related to these duties are to keep the venture on track, be accessible when consultation is required, to form beyond any doubt that the extend is in line with the vital objectives of the company, to supply or found venture assets, to supply or find venture subsidizing, to be clear and particular with the conclusion comes about, and others. Venture supports are imperative and they ought to be treated accordingly because they are key players for the company because it tries to reach its destinations. Keeping the extend support educated and overhauled is additionally vital since the support has the control to cut or provide additional assets and stores to extend. When it comes to authority, Winston, N.D. considers that a pioneer can be one or more individuals to choose, to prepare, and to impact one or more supporters who have diverse capacities, blessings, and abilities, and focuses the supporter to the organization's mission and goals, causing them to grow vitality to reach the organizational goals. This may be a very long definition. Be that as it may, a pioneer is somebody to rouse other individuals, and the concept of authority is truly vital in extend administration. Venture group building and WBS. Making a extend group may be a troublesome assignment. In any case, it is an critical handle that ought to be appropriately evaluated in the event that a company needs to reach positive comes about when it comes to distinctive ventures. Concurring to Larson and Gray, 2011, there are 5 stages in making a great extend group. These stages are shaping, raging, norming, performing, and suspending. The primary arrange of the group creation is when individuals get to know each other and get at the purposes and scope of the extend. This can be when they ought to distinguish rules that will be utilized with the team. The moment organize, raging, is ordinarily when individuals battle with each other as they attempt to discover a way to urge along and begin working as a group. The third arrange of group creation is norming, and this can be when the group individuals make closer connections with each other and they shape a cohesive group. The fourth organize is performing, and it is when the group is completely operational and the group individuals have developed tight associations with each other. Typically where the group works productively. Suspending is the final arrange in group creating, and it is when team members prepare to partition from the group. As ready to see, group creation may be a handle comprising of different stages that ought to be browsed appropriately. Group building is critical in extend administration since tight groups can give more productive parameters for extend completion. To urge the work done more proficiently, groups and venture directors utilize work breakdown structures. Progressively subdividing venture work into littler work components is making a work breakdown structure which makes a difference. Venture directors in making beyond any doubt that all work components and items are recognized in arrange to coordinated the project with the organizations conjointly to decide a control premise. WBS is vital in extend administration since it makes a difference ventures to gotten to be more justifiable, and it makes a difference particular work components to be relegated to individuals talented on a certain zone. By breaking down the work into littler components, WBS has given clear and more comprehensive plans for supervisors, as well as for the individuals getting the work done. Extend administration program in expansive coordinates programs. In conjunction with work breakdown structures, huge ventures require software to help them into getting the venture to completion. Usually too great for venture administration since it gives ways to superior handle the ventures and the exercises related to them. Take for example software to handle work schedule for workers in an expansive company. These representatives work in shifts and the shifts have to be alter presently and after that since a few specialists cannot work as it were at night whereas others amid the day. Envision how difficult it is to oversee this sort of plan without computer program to handle it, considering there are more than 1,000 laborers to be included into this plan. Also, project management software is useful in the areas of cost, time, and performance by trying to find ways to reduce the duration of certain stages in project life, reducing different costs related to these stages, as well as achieving higher level of performances through a better management of resources, a better management of quality, and a better management of human power. Conclusion. This paper given diverse concepts into understanding venture administration and its critical within the corporate world. It alluded to extend life cycle, to team building in conjunction with its stages, to authority and to the significance of support in ventures, and to work breakdown structures and the ways in which they can offer assistance ventures be more comprehensible. Finally, I have talked about approximately project management program and its basic significance in huge companies undertaking expansive ventures. It needs to be concluded that extend administration has ended up obligatory teach in organizations that need the finest out of their assets.